My dear friends, this Christmas, my message to you is a very personal one, and I want to look back at my childhood because Christmas is a time when the family comes together. And when you lose your parents, that's the time you obviously spend it with your children and others, but you often think of the time when you were young and your parents were in charge of the Christmas program, as it were, or schedule. So I was reminiscing recently, and I would like to speak about two vivid memories that I have of Christmas growing up. One, my brothers, Derek, Andy, and myself, we grew up in a club, the Dalhousie Institute, the DI, where my parents took us, so we went when we grew older, almost every day. And it was our second home, as it was for many others. It was to the 1960s, I think every single member was an Anglo-Indian. And though the constitution of the club didn't mention that, it was a club for everybody. And then it started welcoming other people of other communities into its fold. And what struck me was one year when I was little that the Santa Claus looked like an uncle from China. In fact, Santa Claus couldn't come that year, so he sent Uncle P.C. Wong, who was a member of the club. He one year sent Uncle Ahmad Ali, who was also a member of the club, because Santa Claus is busy, he can't go everywhere every year. And, well, I couldn't make it to an important function event this year, and I'm told the three kings or the three wise men was members of the committee. So one of them is a Muslim brother, another a Gujarati, and Joseph was a Bengali Hindu, as was Mary. And the reason I'm sharing this with you is that Christmas today is for everyone. And thank goodness my brothers and I, and many others grew up in such a surrounding or atmosphere. So, in the India that we live in today, this strong message, it's not just true of the Anglo-Indian community, but many other communities who feel close to everybody, and they celebrate all festivals. And the message in that is that India is for everybody, and we need to be there for each other and embrace our differences, embrace our identity, and respect everybody else's culture, religion, or identity. In fact, celebrate our differences and celebrate our oneness. That is what I would like to share with you today, and it's so important in India. Our community is very, very small, but at least about 4 lakhs or a little more spread across the country. But in our own small way, we stand for what India is all about. Diversity and coming together and sharing our sameness and sharing our differences. And that message we would like to humbly share with people of all communities and governments in our state and at the center and all other institutions and other organizations that control people who take decisions. The second thought I would like to share with you once again is that whatever we surround our children with, there is a good chance, a good possibility, it's almost inevitable that they will follow largely in our footsteps. Not exactly, but at least in the same direction. So we were very fortunate. Probably not when we were very tiny, but after my father and mother got involved with community affairs, maybe in the late 70s, mid-late 70s, we were just stepping out of the tens and into the teens. And from then on, my father in his own way and my mother in her own way started reaching out to people in need, mostly through the All India Anglo-Indian Association, but through other organizations also, and in their own small way. And today, we, brothers in our own way, have not been forced to continue that, but we have instinctively or, just gone in their footsteps, as it were. So my message to all our people is that if you are organizing something in your branch or you are reaching out to someone in a special way, you don't have to tell your children about it. Just make sure that they are there. Because they're 5 years old. They can't say no to you. They've got to be there, be where you are. Or they're 10 years old. That's the time you have to ensure that if you are having a senior citizens party or you are having giving gifts to people who don't usually even rejoice at Christmas, well, make sure your children are there. That's the greatest gift that you can give your children. And my brothers and I are so happy that our parents gave us that gift. So these two messages are what I want to share with you today. One, let the small Anglo-Indian community stand for diversity and reach out and participate and support all their friends from other communities whenever that is required, and then reach out to involve them in whichever way possible in our lives. And the second is to give our children the greatest Christmas gift we can give them is the gift of showing them the way without telling them. Just make sure that they are present. I thank all our branches, particularly the presidents and committees and all individual members of the All India Anglo-Indian Association for reaching out through the year. Some do it mostly at Christmas, but many branches do it throughout the year. Thank you for reaching out and making a difference and bringing or living the spirit of Christmas every week or every month of your life or your involvement in this great association. A very Merry Christmas to each one of you on behalf of the governing body and Denise and myself, to you and your families, and to all those who are not members of our association, but our friends or our well-wishers or who live far away from us in different countries. May baby Jesus and the Spirit of Christ enter your hearts and your homes and be with you right through the coming year. God bless you. Merry Christmas.